Hello everyone, welcome back to Ukraine Peninsula Zombie Apocalypse. This will be kind of a side episode. We are here in the middle of the Redwood Gap. Path forward is blocked by a broken bridge. But there's something else to do here, and that is called the Pit of Despair. So we will do this today, and in the end walk back to Lung. Let's go! And there is the pit. Now let's procrastinate. There's a little cave over here. Okay, no more excuses. We are going down. As you may know, the Pit of Despair is a giant dungeon that is just a huge maze. There's no enemies, and there's almost no lighting, you would just go completely crazy, and it goes on and on. That's why it's called the Pit of Despair. Okay, we will leave the donkey up here, we don't need him down there. Let's go. Now, something has changed down here. You see down there is the elevator back up at the end of the pit, and down there someone is growing chicken and grammels and poo pots, and he's called Elex the Mad Archaeologist. And of course, to be able to speak to him and find out what's going on, you have to complete the maze. So let's go. Now I will do fast forward on this, because this is not meant to be a guide episode to show you how to navigate the pit. I hope you can find something like this on YouTube already, and if not, someone should do it with the original map and not this one. Number 1. In the first part of the pit you have to collect 3 skulls, so you are able to open the door to the next part. Back to the start. Here's a chest. Now I will leave Lagraf here as a way marker. See you soon, buddy! And skull number 2. It looks like Elex is growing mushrooms down here. Hi Lagraf, how you doing, buddy? And finally, skull number 3. And here we are again. Let's go back. Oh wait, that's the wrong way, I think. We have to go to the skull door now, and the way must be somewhere here. And here it is! Yay! Part 1 completed. Now the next part is simply a small maze without anything special. Let's walk through it. Alright, and now we have reached the part where we need to find 4 ancient artifacts to obtain the Ankh to open the next door. Over there is one of the artifacts, but we will need to find a way there. And here is the Ankh door. We cannot go through, of course. So let's collect the artifacts. Number 1. Number 2. I have 2 artifacts already. Maybe I can put them in some of the statues to open up some more bridges. So that isn't working. I suspect that each statue has its specific artifact. So for each statue you need to find the right artifact. And you can't just put any artifact in any statue. So let's continue. Number 3. And number 4. Let's go to the statues. The statues will create the bridges to the center, where the Ankh will appear, but unfortunately not to the other statues, so you need to walk again through the maze to each separate statue. And finally, here we are. Yay! Ta-da! Now welcome to the last part. This is basically a simple maze, but it's huge and very confusing because it's three-dimensional. You essentially have to go 4 times right and 1 time left, and that's it. But if you ever get lost, this part is the worst. So let's go. And that's it, we are back in the first region, and now just need to keep right to find the way to the exit elevator. And to Elex, the mad archaeologist. Stay away from me, zombie, or I'll feed your rotting corpse to the poo pods. You won't fool me, zombie. You might have conquered the surface, but the Pit of Ur will always be Goblin homeland. This is my kingdom now. The Pit of Ur was once the largest Goblin city on the Eritrean Peninsula. Its history dates back to the days of the Eritrean Empire. This was a place of wealth and splendor, a hub of knowledge and productivity. When the Etrians left, whither nobody knows, wars broke out among the remaining inhabitants of the peninsula. Goblins might well have emerged victorious had they not also started wars among each other. The pit was fortified, chiefly against the attacks from the Warrens on the Langmire. Its last great ruler, King became obsessed with making the pit unconquerable, and so when he managed to negotiate a ceasefire with the Warrens, he built the pit into an ever more complicated maze. The dwarven worker slaves soon dubbed the place the Pit of Despair, and the name stuck with them. Went completely insane and never stopped building, even when the wars continued and the kingdom's funds dried up. Those who could fled the kingdom, most of them deserting to the Warrens. King is said to have gone lost in the maze, never to be seen again. For hundreds of years, the Pit of remained abandoned. Few archaeologists or adventurers ventured down here, and fewer still found the way out again, none without having gone mad. But I, Elex, have now conquered it, and while on the surface the hordes of the Reaper are walking, down here I am safe, and I claim the pit as the ancestral homeland of the goblins. I am king of the pit now. The pit shall henceforth be known as the Pit of Elex, and shall rise to greatness again. Well, alright mate, if you say so. So now, thanks to Elex the mad archaeologist, finally I found out why this place exists and how it came to be. Let's go back up. Alright, now I will fetch my donkey back up and then I'll walk back to Lang. If you've actually watched this episode, congratulations and thanks for the dedication. See you in the next one. Bye bye.